Trying to get Instagram to work. Let me invite Trees. Hey, Instagram. What's poppin'? It's Sunday. It's hot outside. Is everybody going to the beach or near a pool today? Or under an AC? At least? I actually love this weather. I ain't gonna front. I'm definitely a sun child. All right, we're bringing Trees on. Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. Let me just move my other phone because I don't want it to start acting up. So how you been, busy lady?
Blessed. How are you? You look beautiful yourself.
You too,
I'm over here
sis.
trying to get used to this thingy. Oh my.
So I know you're a busy, busy lady. So I wanted to chop it up with you and see what's been going on with these books that you've been writing.
Absolutely. So, whenever you want to get into it, we can get into it. I'm just getting my settings right.
Okay. All right. So I want to at least show the viewers your first book that I have a copy of. And I've actually started reading. And I actually love just the format, the way you write is very detailed and very organized. And this book is just phenomenal in regards to what it speaks about women that have daddy issues and things like that. So I want to congratulate you for writing a dope book and giving a perspective to women to actually follow and actually take some knowledge from and some guidance from. So shout out to you for that.
Thanks.
So tell me, what's the new book about? Because I know Antidote.
Yeah, so the antidote was originally a mixtape that I did about 3 or 4 years ago. I'm not sure if you remember.
Yep.
And it was geared towards an independent artist in New England. And it was extremely successful. When I started my path into really getting into my literature and writing, I decided to create a book, The Antidote, um, utilizing the same name because I wanted to familiarize my network with the new venture that I have taken on as far as my spirituality, the growth and development that I've been through over the last couple of years. So the antidote is really based on who I am as snake charmer and my philosophy of snake charming. So it's a spiritual book. Is I feel like I dropped a lot of gems, and you have to really sit down in a peaceful place to be able to dissect the information. What I did was I utilized a lot of my experience from being in the industry and from just dealing with individuals from different walks of life, from the streets to to the corporate meetings, and
Right.
I identified snakes. So for anyone who doesn't know what an antidote is, it's basically uh, something that will help you with poison. And snakes, a lot of snakes are poisonous, some aren't. I just really break down the anatomy of a snake, identified um, attributes of a snake, and gave people the antidote. The remedy is any kind of situation that you would involve yourself with being snaked and things like that. So it's all about snake charming, snakes, and things like that. It's a dope. I think it's a dope book. I put a lot into this one, even though it's shorter than my last book. My last book, Daddy Issues, was fiction. I want to say that first because a lot of people was I'm an educator, so that people was
Right.
expecting me to just break it down like why you might have daddy issues and things like that. But I wanted to depict a scenario
Right.
from different aspects of life and kind of illustrated through a fiction story. And it was based out of the 508 area where I spent the majority of my life. I was born in Boston, but the majority of my life I was raised in my family and my friends in the 508 area. So
Mm-hmm.
I established there. More like spiritual. It's empowering. There's a lot of facts. Just like Jada said, if you want to hide something from people, you put it in a book. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So this is one of those books. I feel like the knowledge is in there, and if you're really seeking knowledge and you want understanding on a lot of different things, then you're gonna go get it, and that's what I try to provide in this last piece.
That's awesome, sis. That's awesome. Like, I am so excited for you because I just think you have so much knowledge and so much wisdom to give and share to people. And you've always been that ball of light for me. You know what I mean? Like that, like as a sisterhood that we have, a bond that we've shared in this industry. I think it's important that people understand that there's people out there that just want to solely give you the wisdom and the guidance and to help you to be better than we were at this when we first started off. So I mean, what would you say? I have some questions for you. Okay. um what would you say? When did you first realize that you wanted to be a writer? Can you hear me?
I hear you. So I started writing when I was younger. English was something that I really was passionate. Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so I started writing extremely young. I always been a writer. I've written a lot of things throughout school, and I used to be big on poetry, so I was started like kind of like elementary and forward. For some reason, I'm getting like a double
I know.
echo.
I can hear you perfectly. I'm not having a problem on my end, but I don't know. It sounds like there's a delay or something going on, right?
Yeah,
Let me try. Let me try to move it here. Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. You got it?
that's
Let me turn it up.
yeah, pretty perfect.
Okay. So,
Okay, so I started writing really young. I used to do a lot of things with my buddies in jail. I'll write poems and send out to their late.
mhm.
I did a lot of writing and worked with my teachers and like that.
So that's awesome. That's, definitely always you know, something I like to ask people, like what inspires you to write books and things like that. So, um how long does it take you to write a book, would you say?
like the interview. I don't know why, but I'm hearing double. I'm gonna try my best to answer the
I
question.
know.
Um, so what happened was first book I so I wrote that book probably within like
Wow.
a process of on my own and formatted and edited. So that was the book I wrote. The last book that I wrote, I probably wrote it in like a month. I'll say like a month.
Wow. That's crazy. But you just have that, you have that, you know what I mean, in regards to you're able to articulate yourself and to be able to get it out on paper and to really write it down, because some people don't have that gift. They don't have that go, just write a book type of thing. So what would you say to anybody who's trying to do this, in regards to being an author and writing books? How would you tell them to, start off? Can you hear me? I don't know. Maybe she'll come back in and go back out. We'll see. So again, this is Treese Alvarez. Her first book is called Daddy Issues. You can go purchase it on all digital um, streaming sites, including Amazon, um, as well. She also has a publishing company called Unseen Hands. And you can also find them on Facebook as well. They have a couple of different books that they've recently released, that are great books. And they're authors from the New England area. So I'm excited for my friend. She's a dope person. She's also a radio host. And we've had the pleasure of working together. So I always support what she does. She always supports what I do. And we're here to just, inspire and encourage you guys. So let's see if we can get her back on.
All right, Facebook's hating on the kid.
Yo! Haters!
Sorry, I don't know what's going on, man. People don't call me either because I think somebody might have called me and disrupted my interview.
I hate when they do that.
Trying to accept love, man. I'm trying to get on my all right. Ain't no doubling, ain't no nothing. We ready.
We ready. So tell me, what is your next project? What are you going to be doing now, that you have 2 books out? Um, is it going to be more books released, or how? Because I just told the people that are watching that you do have your own publishing company, and you guys have been publishing other books. Shout out to Mike. For his book, 3 Pounds of Pressure. We actually, was a part of that project in doing the marketing and promo for you guys. So I want to thank you guys for your business and your support. And just tell us what is going to be upcoming for your company and your books.
Okay, so outside of me writing books, I'm working with a couple other authors. I have some really dope authors who have joined, partnered with Unseen Hands, which is my company. My partner is Mike. A lot of people may know him, and those who don't know him, his name is Mike Curry. He's an author, extremely intelligent and articulate, and he dropped 3 Pounds of Pressure. I think 3 Pounds of Pressure was dropped maybe a month after I dropped my first book, and he has another book, Shattered Dreams, which will be publishing and releasing, I want to say, before the summer's out. So
Wow.
that's the next big project. Um, Outside of the publication piece of Unseen Hands Media, I partner with a lot of different entities. As you spoke about, I am a radio host for 104.9 FM WRBD Boston. It's a college media station. So when I wrote my first book, it was geared towards that audience before the COVID actually had taken place. So it's kind of like a young adult book. So my goal
Good.
is to really start highlighting entrepreneurs. I want to utilize my platform outside of, working with the independent artists. A lot of people know me as the indie reporter. I do work with a lot of major record labels under UMG. I don't like to really get too involved with the bragging and boasting piece of my time, but I'm very fortunate to have some people who trusted in me and have faith in me and they put me in a position to provide feedback and be a resource for, the New England area. So shout out to like Def Jam, but I've seen a lot of dope music, which I would love to start sharing on here in September and come back on here. So outside of my radio grind, I do have the Unseen Hands Media team and that business that I started. And I'm an administrative specialist, so I specialize in a lot of admin work.
Mm-hmm.
Before I started really involving myself with independent artists, I did a lot of behind the scenes work with a lot of radio hosts, directors, and the colleges and things like that. That's what I do, like the government. And I just wanted to really be a blessing to like my family and friends who are involved in the music industry, so I can pour over my skills and knowledge into that arena. So the goal for me really is to utilize the services that me and I have a strong team of. That was my mentor. My mentor is a hip hop legend named CJ Swan. We got me juice. And the different industry professionals that I had an opportunity to work with, they taught me so much about the industry and the business. And I've been able to really just take that knowledge and pour it off into my grind. I've seen his media. We specialize in administration, photography, what else? Apparel. Oh yeah, the apparel.
I seen that.
Yeah, inspirational. Yeah, my partner's Joby. He has all these clothes and things lined up that we're going to start releasing, and I'm just like excited to be a part of a dope team of officials. And a lot of my partners aren't based in Massachusetts.
Yep.
So I think that's the advantage that anybody who builds with me has, like, because just like you, like what you promote and you share and marketing my material and anybody who likes your material, it opens up a broader audience. You know what I mean?
It does.
Like, people don't realize. Like, so I got my people down south who I deal with. I got my buddy, Senator Likely, industry professional, does the videography for me. He's out of DC, and I got my family in Cali who gets busy for me. So it's just like, I really want to offer the skills that I have for more to like, my network than I've been doing. I've been really focusing on writing and pushing the books, but outside of that, I'm really dope with the admin work.
Of course.
I think that government would trust me to be speaking in front of, the different groups of individuals I speak. I've always been nervous to mix the two entities.
Right.
But now that I have the business, I revamped my life. I gave my life to Christ, and I'm moving into a positive direction with everything that I'm touching and pushing and promoting. And I'm more comfortable and confident with, opening up my other, merging my networks. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So if you go on the site, I have tons of partners from AA to the Fran folks, senior team, resources, and tons of things with sponsors and partners that I never really go out there because I'm always nervous that I'm going to taint their brand because of the way that I dealt with individuals in the streets and things
right.
like that. So people got to look at me and as I transition into what God designed me to be, but I think it's important to have that person who can be the, not necessarily the middleman. I don't consider myself that. I'm more like a liaison.
Right.
Somebody
Right.
who could,
a coordinator.
So very I'm just loving it. I'm loving I don't like what the COVID did to us as a nation as far as people dying and the job loss and anything that really affected anybody, like as far as the children going to
Yep.
and outline goals for it to stop the world on stance so we can utilize what we have right around us and be more content with what we've been blessed with. And that's what I got out of this whole COVID pandemic. I was able to brainstorm with my partner, build a better relationship with my son,
Yep.
understand more what he goes through.
Shout out to him. He's a young king. I said, shout out to your son. He is a young king. He is, you are raising a king. I watch his tutorial and I'm just like, wow, that is little Treese in the making over here. Like, you got it. He got it. He's definitely a light, and that's a light that stems from you, and I know that. Like that, he's gonna do amazing things, and I just can't wait to see like what you help him produce in his journey of whatever he decides to do. Because like I just was like, that's always inspiring to me when you see the children taking, their parents' craft and they're actually learning from it. Like you had him in the radio station learning 3 years ago, and that for me was like, if I had a child, that's what I would be doing. You know what I mean? Like, because you're giving him something to at least grasp and take a range on early in life. And I think that's important. So shout out to you for that. I just want to say that to you.
Thank you. And I appreciate it because my son, he's like a introvert, and I feel like I pushed him. I was like, wait, you're going to have your own radio show. I'm going to give you a segment. What's your point life out? Bring his buddies up there. And it was just like, he wasn't, it was like I felt like I was forcing him, but I know I was introducing him to different things, and it's important that we do that. But then one day he woke up, and he shared a link, and he's like, I'm a YouTuber. And all that too. I do breast kits, portfolios, files, anything that requires administration. Like I love it. That's what I do. So I'm like, I'm like, this is what's up.
Yep.
And yeah, he's lined up.
That was dope, sis.
I know you always see me. I don't try to like do the bragging thing on behalf of me. I try to do it on behalf of God.
Right.
Let people know that regardless of the snakes, you don't got to snake it to make it. You're not going to get everything you want on time and when you think you're supposed to have it. But
right.
if you do well and you put your heart into it, that those blessings might not come to you. They go to your children. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like your manifest.
It's true.
Great. The plant you see, the seed you plant is what's going to identify you in the long run. So when I was doing the radio, and my was extremely lit, right? But I felt like as a person, as a leader in the industry, and especially in the independent music culture of our state, I had a responsibility, and I was just playing things that I felt like I knew the people wanted to hear or the labels wanted to hear. I really wasn't critiquing my music and representing the way that I felt like I was put in a position to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of changes as far as my grind. A lot of people disappointed because I started telling my playing this. Like, I don't want to play music that's poisonous. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's a lot of what the answer. That's why the answer was the because there's a lot of poison and toxic music being distributed out there, and people are selling themselves short because they want to get ahead and level up and create what the masses want to create. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being a voice, and just kind of, being an echo.
It's true.
That's not what I wanted to do. So I changed my show. I had I'm still the indie reporter, but I have the music and motivation morning show now on WIBD stuff. Everybody understands it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're so busy. Like, and that's why I love you. And that's why I fuck with you the hardest. Because your grind is amazing. And how do you manage to keep this schedule going? Tell me that. Tell the people that. How is it that you're able to be this dynamic mom, this dope host, author, partner, and all these other things that you have going on, what would you say is the key component to all those things?
Self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Self-care and self-awareness. Just like I noticed the group that you have. Like I before I couldn't do it peacefully. I was doing it, but I couldn't manage my life peacefully. I was spending numerous nights with no sleep, waking up exhausted, stressing about this, almost having car accidents, trying to Texas drive and smoke, just doing the most. And then once I took a step back and I started taking care of my body, my mind, I started.
That's right.
I stopped, smoking. I stopped things that I felt like was weighing me down. Then I was able to prioritize and see my schedule more clearer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what helped me. Like, it's different. Definitely it's different. I stopped eating red meat. I stopped,
Yep.
the intake on different like sugar and things. People don't realize that, like, the food you eat weighs down on you.
Everything, sis.
Everybody, because people will take one person's knowledge and they'll run with it. But you have to learn how to be able to hear what everybody's
saying.
It's good for you.
That's right.
Because differently, you have to humble yourself. I started humbling myself.
Mm-hmm. Prayer is everything. People say prayer is not important. Praying is important. Meditation is important. And like you said, self-care is like the biggest thing. Like that was the biggest thing that I promoted last year at the end of the year with self-care awareness, is because I think that we get so sidetracked with caring for everyone else that we forget that the only way for this stuff to work is to make sure that we're okay and that we're taken care of inside. So are you taking care of yourself? That's, and like you said, that's how you're able to manage. That's how you have clarity in life, I think, is just understanding who you are as a person and what you want and what your goals are, and not being distracted by all these distractions, like you said, COVID and all these different things that I think, like you said, it allows us to sit back and really figure out what our priorities are. And that was that's one of my questions that I wanted to ask you, was what was the most positive thing you've seen since the pandemic? What was the most positive thing you've seen since the pandemic?
As far as in my life or just overall?
Overall.
Gosh, the most positive thing I seen was when we went through the whole situation with the Black Lives Matter, and I was able to see people who weren't black supporting us. I think, I'm not in front. I'm not like the type of person who's gonna be in the street, like, who might be in the sky and doing all that. Like, I'm into results, and I feel like we marched and we did a lot of things for years, and we're still in the same spot. Like, I just gotta be a realist. Like, I like on being changed, so when all that was happening, I was that person that was like, the thing of the change. You know what I mean? This
Right.
is not happening. What we doing? Like, let's be real. Like, okay, people stealing stuff, whatever. Like, this is like practical. Like, I can almost predict that what's gonna happen. But then when I actually I drive through one of them and I see more people who weren't minorities protesting, like, it almost made me like want to break down and cry, because it's like, maybe, even though these are the same measures that were being taken, and so
was dope. I mean, because honestly, like, you're a working class woman like myself. It's very hard for women of our stature to be both independent and also go out there into the workforce and not be judged because of what we do in this music industry. And I've had to balance that for so many years of not trying to cross the line with my corporate life and the life that I'm living outside of that. And this year was the first year that I was able to say, you know what? Fuck what the corporate people think. Because at the end of the day, the corporate people are only caring about me as a number. They don't care about me as a person and what I'm passionate about. So what I'm doing personally outside of work, it should not have any effect or bearing on who I am when I come to work. Like, that for me was like the biggest thing with having to hide, like the music that I was promoting, having to hide, who I was, on social media to my coworkers. Like, all of that, I think, was the biggest release for me this year, is to be able to say, this is who I am, and either you like it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's either here nor there. You know what I'm saying? But I can't hide what I know or who I've been. And that's me, I think, coming out this year, as where people are like, whoa, why is she so like open now about things? Because I don't have to hide from the corporate world, because I'm not trying to appease them anymore. I'm not trying to fit into their world. I don't really care to fit into their world anymore. If they can't accept my blackness, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's how I feel at this point. Like, and again, that I know you can relate in a lot of ways, because those are the biggest things that I find in corporate America as a black woman, is that we're supposed to live up to their standards, but yet and still they still have their perception of us. And it's like, you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't. You're not gonna make everyone happy. You're not gonna appease everybody. You know what I'm saying? But this is just what it is in this life. Like, I've come to realize that, like, no one is going to always like you or accept you or understand you from your social media. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I found in a lot of this business. It's like, people will judge you from your social media, and they really don't know. Like, this is entertainment for me. This is a business for me. And this is not my life. There's more layers to this, So that's, I think, is what people need to understand about people like us that are in this entertainment world, that have to be, out there and sharing a part of ourselves with people. This is not all of us, but this is some of what we give you. And I think you're dope at that. You managed to keep it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important in having balance. I'm getting broken up. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? So is there anything else you want to tell the people before we wrap it up?
Just if you can, website unseenhands.com. It's unseenhands.com, or my website.com. Once again, we'll get the extra. So I love you.
I love you.
And you are truly a blessing and inspiration, not just my, but to everyone.
We got big things coming for y'all. Stay tuned.
And yeah, so if you know, I know with Barnes and Noble, we partner with Walmart, we partner with anybody who's trying to get right or get this. Yeah, gotta do this big time.
Ow! Thanks, sis. Have a good day. I'm going to the beach. All right, guys. y'all, it was live. It was definitely dope to have her on the show today. I'm excited for her. Make sure y'all go out, purchase the book, Young Black Authors, Unseen Hands, Publications, okay? On all media sites. You can always find them, okay? All you got to do is Google. You will find them. Unseen Hands, okay? I will be dropping the information in this post as well, okay? I will be doing an interview shortly with Chad Ray, so stay tuned for that, okay? I want to see if he's ready. Hey guys on Instagram.